Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast and now a game between Nicker versus ZhouXiXi here on Turtle Rock. Game 1 in this series, as we see ZhouXiXi has spawned as the teal Night Elf player at what I will call the 11 o'clock position. Meanwhile, down over here we have Nicker spawning as the purple Night Elf. Now, as always, I'm going to go ahead and try to do something, yes, making sure that I am in fact recording my voice. I think I had a couple of games where I forgot to check that, and all of a sudden, all you guys heard was silence. Now, I don't think the sound of my voice is particularly that appealing, but then again, commentary without audio vocals is just rather silly. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at what's going to happen here. We are looking at an Ancient of War creep by the teal Night Elf player. I am just going to refer to them as their colors as for now. Teal. Meanwhile, it looks like purple will be doing the same thing. It doesn't look like any of these players has really started to scout out, and the fact that this is close spawn is going to change things up just a bit. Walking distances are going to be very close. Both players most likely will be opening up with that Demon Hunter versus Demon Hunter matchup, not unheard of in the Night Elf mirror match, as there we go. It is going to be Night Elf versus Night Elf. Now, what's going to go down here? What's unraveling? What's all unfolding? Well, only time will tell, as it is going to be a little bit of a no man's guess as to what type of strategies will be seen. Wisp has come inside the base, and it is going to take a quick look around. And this is going to be interesting. Purple knows exactly where teal is, while teal still has really no idea. Meanwhile, you can see that the Wisp has pulled over the aggro just a little bit. Not quite sure why it did that. Doesn't really do much of anything, as the turtles are actually still chasing. Wow, how far is that turtle going to chase? And is it going to actually put a little bit of a damper? Yes, ZhouXiXi does not have turtles to attack. Wow, that was a really smart play there, as we can see that the purple player purposely pulled aggro away from the creep camp, delaying any sort of creep action. You can see the Demon Hunter has picked up his item there. Meanwhile, the purple Demon Hunter has already finished and is now making his way over. The timing on this is going to be a little bit closer, as you can see the Demon Hunter getting caught around just a little bit right there, as we are now looking at an archer trying to pull in more aggro from the far side. The Ancient of War is not going to be able to do anything at all, as the Demon Hunter now comes in. Are we going to perhaps see some mana burns or some engagement in this Night Elf versus Night Elf mirror match? Are we going to see, yes, there's the mirror and mirrored mana burn. Say that 2 times slow. As you can see, there's another mana burn. There's another mana burn once more. And it looks like Nicker's Demon Hunter is just a little bit lower in terms of hit points. Not quite sure why that's the case. Perhaps he tanked more damage on that Ancient of War, or from the Ancient of War, from creeping. Now, we're looking at this unfold here, and the Demon Hunter is going to try and engage and try to harass. Meanwhile, teal is pretty much expecting harassment and not allowing any harassment to really come in. The Ancient of War is rooted, training up more archers, which is very important at this point, because if you have an uprooted Ancient of War trying to do creeping, you are actually going to be in a little bit more pain. You're not going to have as much production time, since that tree is doing something else. Alright, you can see that the Moonwell has, or not going to be taking any damage there whatsoever. You can see there is one shadow melded archer hiding in Nightfall right there in just plain sight, as the Demon Hunter now rounding the corner once more. So far, the Wisp are just trying to see if this orange creep camp has been crept out. Both of them just trying to keep tabs on the other player, and no one really getting an advantage over the other. Archers now being added up here still. We are going into a second Ancient of War. Meanwhile, we already see 2 Ancients of War for Nicker, as Nicker also has that Hunter's Hall all the way in the back side of the base. So we are going to be going into Huntresses. The first Huntress has already been trained out and been spotted, so it might be up to Zhao to try and figure out how many archers to get. archers do generally do fairly well against huntresses, as they do have superior range and do deal piercing. The problem is that the huntresses also have that glaive bounce damage, and that glaive bounce damage, if those archers are too close together, does add up very, very quickly. You can see the huntresses are still trying to round around the corners here. There is one wisp hiding off over here. That wisp may get taken down, and yes, the huntress actually trying to get in just a position to be able to shoot it down very quickly. You can see that extra 50% bonus damage, what it really meant, as we now see the huntresses and the archers now trying to make a play over here. This could be very bad. The demon hunter does not have dust of appearance, as you are going after that there. The demon hunter, now sitting at level 2, does have claws of attack +6. There's the mana burns, and now the archers may be in a little bit of trouble. All right, trying to get some damage onto some of those archers, and there goes one archer as well. We are looking at the huntresses just doing a beautiful path blocking here, as ZhouXiXi does go in for a Naga Sea Witch. That early Naga Sea Witch does have a bit of a strong advantage, as we are going to have one down to a huntress, and now we are looking to focus down onto the other heroes. All right, this is going to be bad. This poor huntress is not going to be able to get away. The units are trying to get back here and trying to go after the archers instead. The archers may end up falling here, and there goes an archer there. One shadow melded huntress does make it just in time. It is now still hiding there. Another archer does get taken down, and now Dust of Appearance, which is currently not available. Another demon or another archer will get taken down in that engagement there, and now the units are going to try and run back. Nicker is still sitting at level, I believe tier 1, not quite at tier 2 yet. Yeah, still sitting at tier 1. That is the reason why he doesn't have that additional hero, but that is the reason why he has huntresses, which will give him a bit of an advantage early on. And what is going on? Nicker is sitting at 39 over 50 supply the purple. Meanwhile, ZhouXiXi is sitting at 29 over 50. And with 2 level 1 heroes, that is not going to go well for him at all. 5 supply for a level 1 hero. Generally, the hero break-even point is somewhere around level 3. The increased damage, the better spells, the faster movement speed, the more hit points, all of those factor in together to really, really offset that 5 supply early on. All right, we are looking at the Ogre Warrior now getting taken down here. Nicker has a huge advantage. Can he continue to press it? He is behind in terms of tech, but he does have a level 3 Demon Hunter compared to his opponents, I believe, level 1 Demon Hunter. Yeah, still sitting at level 1 here. We are now engaging against the Ogre Warriors. The Demon Hunter should get to level 2. The Naga Sea Witch may get to level 2. It is a little bit further behind here, and we're now looking at one poor wisp that does get caught off to the side. All right, now in comes this Huntress army. That is a lot of Huntresses right there. 7 of them now marching their way across the field, as we now see the Demon Hunter, I guess, Staff of Preservation back home. Yeah, Staff of Preservation back home, and the Demon Hunter is now on the wrong side here. This could be very bad. The archers now trying to engage. One Huntress will get taken down very, very quickly, and now there's the Scroll of Town Portal. A huge mana burn comes in as well, as the archers are just within Scroll of Town Portal range to head back home. Artificial Nightfall now helping, I guess, the teal Night Elf player just a little bit more. He's the one that used the Moonstone. He is closer to those Moonwells, so that will help him out a little bit. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter has picked up a Scroll of Protection and a Scroll of Healing to offset all of that focus fire. Ring of Regeneration, importantly, on a Demon Hunter. He is regenerating hit points rather fast as well. If you have fast regeneration on a high hit point hero like a Demon Hunter, that is a huge, huge advantage, as we're now looking at this Huntress just taking a bit too much damage already. Tree of Life now established as well. We are taking down the Gargantuan Sea Turtle. More Huntresses are reinforcing here, and this expansion may come into play without really getting caught. Potion of Greater Healing also on the Demon Hunter, so that Demon Hunter with nearly 7 armor is going to be impossible to take down. We are still sitting at tier 1, finally getting the tier 2 Tree of Ages just started now. It's going to be quite some time before we see any second hero, and this is the opportunity for Teal. If Teal can get 2 level 2 heroes or even a 3-2 hero, he will definitely have the advantage. That level 1 Naga Sea Witch is really meant as a pressuring hero, but that pressuring hero has not really been capitalized as of yet. Demon Hunter still wandering back around over here. Perhaps he's going to clear off some more creep camps. He could get to level 4. Higher damage, higher armor. Always very, very nice. And we're looking at a tavern. perhaps trying to pick up a Naga Sea Witch of his own once it does get up. We do see Druids of the Talon are out on the field. That is going to be a problem. Druids of the Talon do not deal bonus damage to those Huntresses like they do bonus damage to Grunts, so their DPS is going to be much flatter. Meanwhile, the Archers actually take reduced damage as they do have medium armor, and I think Archers also have magic resistance, or magic resistance, to try to reduce the amount of damage they take from magic as well. Let's take a look back over here. You can see one lone wisp does get taken out. And now, as we're still seeing a little bit of a cat and mouse game, mass archers with Druid of the Talon, and without a Priestess of the Moon to add bonus damage, I'm really curious as to why we see this much range. All right, here we go. Scroll of Protection now coming in. Huntress is trying to give the chase. Now there's the mana burn off on the Naga Sea Witch, pretty much losing a lot of mana there. We may see another Druid of the Talon getting taken down. No, he does get Staff of Preservation. There's a second mana burn. The Naga Sea Witch now pretty much out of mana already. And that is going to make it rather problematic for that Naga Sea Witch, because he has to refill hit points and mana if he tries to use Moonwells. Both sides still dancing back and forth. Level 3 versus a level 2, level 1 Tree of Ages is about to be completed. Meanwhile, it doesn't look like anything's really happening here. Nicker is currently being revealed because of that Fairy Fire, and now taking this opportunity to try and clear out creep camps while he has the opportunity. Let's go ahead, get to level 4. What item has been left behind? It looks like a Scroll of Beast was left behind here, so 2 very strong items. The Claws of Attack +6, the Ring of Regeneration, and the Scroll of Beast with Potion of Greater Healing. That could really easily turn the tides here, and we're just waiting for Purple to choose the right engagement, and then he should be fine. There's the mana burn, 59-point mana burn versus a 50-point mana burn. Not sure who, well, really don't have to talk about who won there, as the Demon Hunter still has a good amount of mana to mana burn now that Naga Sea Witch. Coming back around, we see more Huntresses still heading back home. You can see them trying to regenerate those hit points. We are getting into an Ancient of Lore. One lone Demon Hunter buys loans himself. Is he going to get a mana burn off onto that Naga Sea Witch? No, gets it off onto the Druid of the Talon to make sure he does not get cycloned, and now does a little bit of a head fake again. This Tree of Life currently harvesting a lot of gold right now, 40% more than his opponent, and now Naga Sea Witch does spot that this is going to be huge. No, not even 40%, 100% more than his opponent, doubling his opponent in terms of harvest. But the problem is now there's already been a good amount of gold in the bank also, with absolutely no siege damage and only magic and piercing damage. He is not going to take down that Tree of Life very easily at all. The Demon Hunter now going after a couple of key units. There goes one archer, another archer already taken down as well. Archers are trying to focus down some of those Huntresses. There is a Scroll of Healing, but we are just getting focused down oh so quickly. Archers focusing down so many of those Druids of the Talon, so many of those units there, and I believe this is going to be the beginning of the end. Nicker having a huge advantage, but those Ancient of Wars also joining in and getting in a lot of damage as well. Dark Ranger, the hero choice for Nicker there, does have a couple of skeletal minions on the field, choking up the rest of the units there. The Dark Ranger could come back over the top, get in even more damage. The Demon Hunter now really focused in there. Skeletal minions now joining in on the fight, and if the Archer can get the necessary kills, the Dark Ranger can get the necessary kills, he could really macro up and get in a lot of units once more. You can see that one Huntress down to 27 hit points. Is it going to get taken down? No, down to 15. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter down over here does not know the number of just shadow melded units. This one Huntress not going to stand long for life, getting focused down quickly as we now see a Dark Ranger coming in from Teal. So I believe it is a 3-2-1 versus a 4-2, and the Demon Hunter now just trying to even up this fight. Huntress after Huntress has fallen. Scroll of Protection now being used. It looks as though the Archer now backing off. A lot of skeletal minions have been popped out onto the field for Purple, so it looks like Nicker still has the advantage here, but things can go either way rather quickly. As you see, this Dark Ranger now taking a bit of damage as well. This could be bad. The Naga Sea Witch making its way over. Is it going to take down that Dark Ranger? No, it is not, as the Dark Ranger does shake off the colds just a bit in time, and now we're looking at the Ancient of War attempting to take down Nicker's Tree of Life. Coming back around over here, we can see another engagement waiting to happen. WC626 unable to really engage. Demon Hunter does have a potion of invulnerability. Meanwhile, the Demon Hunter now heading back over here. We can see that there's 2 wisp spots in those gold mines. It looks like that Ancient of War will get taken down rather easily. But now we see another engagement off over here. Nicker in a little bit of trouble. Let's see. 37 over 60 supply. Don't know what Nicker is at right now as the Demon Hunter going after so many of these units, and that extra hero may have been the necessary difference, as we can see that the teal undead mercenary shop hero with Demon Hunter working out well. Meanwhile, Nicker is just trying to just survive this fight, and is he going to be able to do it? Yes, 150 point mana burn does take down the Dark Ranger. Demon Hunter looks like it's going to get taken down as well. No, it does not. Staff of Preservation saves it. WC626 now needs to figure out a way to get out of this fight, but the Dryad is just in position, constantly blocking, and there's the GG. Nicker takes game 1. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed game 1. Please stay tuned for game 2.